Hello, I'm going to talk about weirdness. I'm not weird, but I'm usually classed as weird. Apparently I'm so weird. I've had this throughout my whole life, and I have this in common with all my dyspraxic friends as far as I know. Probably all. Right, so we can't recognise social constructs and then, okay, I talk from my own individual point of view. I can't recognise them to the extent that I can't try and do them, even if I wanted to try and do them. So to me, sort of like social etiquette is just far too much a grey area. It's not clear enough because a lot of it's unspoken rules, isn't it, of like how you're supposed to behave and how you're supposed to interact with people, supposed to. Supposed to. One of the air quotes was off the page then, I was going to say. Weird. So when I was like an adult, when I'd already started like working and everything, at one point I worked in a nursery looking after babies and children. Oh my goodness, I destroyed my shoulder in that job. I'm so sorry to myself for what I put myself through. But that's not the point of the video. Right, so I didn't really click with any of my colleagues as such. But again, I'm used to that feeling because I'm always a bit of an outlier, because I don't know how to socialise and do things in a certain way that most people. Fit in and sort of like socialise with each other. And then at one point, a teacher actually joined our work team, as in she was more highly qualified, and she had like the summer free because she was working in a primary school. So then she came to work in the nursery in the summer holidays to just get extra money and, different experience and everything. And then she told me, they were all saying I was really weird. She told me I was going to say she was nice. I mean, I can't say that dyspraxics are nice and everyone else is not nice, but what I meant was like she was actually connecting with me. She was willing to connect with me and we had a normal relationship. Whereas me with the other colleagues, I wouldn't really say like I really saw eye to eye with anyone, and it's not like I didn't like any of them because I just kind of like automatically like everybody and I just automatically accept everybody. But they don't do the same for me because I'm so weird. So she told me, they were like, somebody was complaining that apparently I put glasses back in the cupboard after I had water at break time. I used to put the glass back without washing it with fairy liquid. But they were bitching about it. Somebody was bitching, and then someone else, it might have been the same person. I remember someone saying like, what have you got in that sandwich? Like just being judged for your lunch. I was eating my lunch, which I'd made some kind of sandwich. I did it. And somebody was like, what have you got in that sandwich? Lettuce. Because apparently I'd put quite a lot of lettuce in with the filling. So it's kind of like, I know that's a very minor thing, but it was sort of like a feeling of being mocked. Like, I think that's how I was kind of viewed when I worked there. Oh my goodness, kind of tickles me now. And then she told, I can't actually remember this because of my memory issues, but she told me something that they'd been discussing, but she was there in the room, and then she said no, she didn't mean that, she meant that. She was saying it, defending me to these other people. Not that I asked, by the way. Kind of rather she'd never told me any of this because I was a bit upset about it. I'd rather not know, like ignorance is bliss kind of thing. But never mind, everything happens for a good reason. So then she said she'd stuck up for me, and then this girl had just gone, she's just weird about me. So when I hang around with any of my friends, this is a common theme. They are judged as, most of them are dyspraxic, they are judged as weird. Just as I have been. Because that happens in general. That is an isolated incident, but that happens in general in my life all the time, in any kind of social interaction, all the time. Not just once, I'm just trying to give you an example. So when people can't understand or explain why I'm behaving in a different way to what they want me to do, then they just tend to say I'm weird. So with my friends, they've also been treated that way. But the thing I want to say about this, which I think is really interesting, is that I can't see anything weird about them and they can't see anything weird about me. So it's something different about the way that we just understand the world or communicate, because there's studies about this, by the way. If someone's clever enough, they might know which study I'm talking about, because the way that people like autistics and dyspraxics communicate, we understand each other. According to this study, it's proven in a study as well. But then when you mix the ones that aren't the ones that are neurotypical, again, I don't really like these words, but I'll try my best. So people who are neurotypical trying to socially interact with someone with autism, for example, there's a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding, and it affects the autistic person. The neurotypical person might think this is fine, we're communicating, but then as reported by the autistic person, that they felt really bad and uncomfortable in that situation, that interaction. So if I look at any of my dyspraxic friends, I just cannot even see what is supposed to be so weird. So it's like that level of not being able to fit into social norms. I can't even see the thing that we're not doing in myself or others who are like dyspraxic, autistic, etc. So it's like, I don't feel ashamed of my differences, because of some of my experiences, or don't forget about this book. If you haven't watched that video, you've got to read this book, because this helps you understand who you are as a person. Jean Haynes' book. That helped me along the way. When you understand and just start to accept yourself, it becomes less important to feel like everybody accepts you. And I'm not saying it doesn't hurt when they don't, because I still have these problems quite a lot. It's just less overt now, and I don't go into it as much mentally, because at the schoolyard, because I pick up my daughter from school, so I go into this environment with a lot of people, largely women, which are more difficult for interactions, in my opinion. It does happen. Somebody will want to know me, they'll be talking to me, have children, friends, or whatever it is, and then one day they just suddenly stop, and then they're not even looking at me, and they don't even smile at me, and they don't even say hello. It really hurts me, but I kind of think or know that I've done something weird, or maybe their husbands told them like she's weird, or whatever it is. They've got this like weird thing about me now, so they're just gonna like block me off and I don't exist. So yeah, I kind of I'm at a point of acceptance that yeah, that happens, but it's still very painful and it does bother me. But I guess I'm just trying to say that yeah, even if you're like me, like you're classed as weird, we're not actually weird. I don't think I'm weird, because to me, I don't think there's anything weird about me. I think I'm really normal. And like, I agree with everything that I do. Like, I don't do things and then think, why did I do that? And I don't have opinions and think, why did I think that? Like, I'm quite confident about myself, really, in a sense. I hope this is kind of making sense, because I don't want to sound really illogical. But then again, everyone's got the right to be illogical, haven't they? So yeah, to me, I feel like I'm logical and I don't think I'm weird. Right, I'm on 9 minutes, so I just want to try and wrap this up so I can use the subtitles app. Wrap it up. See, I used American phrase again. Weird. So being weird. What is so weird? I don't know. I want to say something about Japan now, because I've recently done video about like neurodiversity in different cultures, and one of you, thank you, is very interested in this. I'll just try and squeeze it in quickly. When I was in Japan, one of the classmates was autistic. I can look back now and see that. And she was completely shunned. She was completely ignored. And again, I could see some things about her behaviour that were a bit different, but it's like our culture. It was like she was just treated as if because she didn't behave in a certain way, she was just like blocked off from everything. It was really sad. I was friends with her, but she had some kind of traits which were just apparently unacceptable. I don't know. It wasn't as if she was hurting anybody. It's very sad. So let's just be weird. There we go.